when I left the bank, I began to realize how remarkable it is to have independent evaluation. And here you are, reporting to the board, independent of management, and you're under pressure from all sides. In 2001, the bank decided to disclose more of its evaluations. I think that's when the project evaluations, the ICRs, were then made public from then on. And essentially, the sort of bedrock of independence is disclosure. And so it's absolutely critical to do that. Our product line evolved with the bank activities. I mean, evaluations of the bank started out with projects. Then it moved, as we started developing country strategies, we started doing evaluations of country assistance strategies. We started doing evaluations of sector policies and thematic policies and so on. And then we moved on. When I was in OED at that time, we began to move into evaluations of global public good activities. The other thing that happened was OED began to widen its remit from just the bank and IDA to the bank and IFC and MIGA. It turns out in 2001, an evaluation unit was established in MIGA. So we had a couple of evaluations that were World Bank Group wide. In particular, the extractive industries evaluation was a joint product between the units in IFC, MIGA, and the bank. I think the extractive industries evaluation was useful because it basically came up with a set of conclusions having to do with disclosing information, but there's a disclosure issue, there are a set of environmental issues, there are resettlement issues, and so on and so forth. And I think the extractive industries evaluation helped strengthen everybody's backbone a little bit in that business. The forest strategy evaluation was quite influential. The bank had put in place a forest policy in 1991, and then there were operation policy statements that were drafted after that. That forest policy came out of a challenging environment where there's tremendous external pressure on the bank, particularly about tropical moist forests. What the evaluation found, which was done around 2000, 2001, that essentially the bank had retreated from activities in forests. And the sort of operative phrase in the evaluation was the policy had a chilling effect on bank engagement in forest activities. And that evaluation led very directly to a revision of the bank's forest policy. But that's an evaluation where you can actually see the footprints connecting the evaluation to the policy change. It was a significant priority. I mean, we established IPDET, the International Program for Development Economics Training, jointly with Carleton University. Now it's moved to a university in Switzerland. And it was a 2 to 4 week program. People would enroll. I spoke at it a couple of times. And the sort of networking aspects of this live on well after the training. And you now have a community of people who think of themselves as evaluators. And the independent evaluation group has played a very important role, and it still plays an important role in IPDET and its training. The bank played a very important role in what was called the DAC evaluation group, which was a bilateral group of bilateral evaluators. Then there was the evaluation cooperation group among the MDBs, where again, the bank played an important role because after all, the bank was the sort of senior member. The independent evaluation bank was established before it was established in any of these other organizations. And it's played a really important leadership role. So it's hard to overstate the importance that the bank has played in initiating these institutions and helping foster evaluation as a profession.